Hey YouTube, this is a video about the SOG Trident folder. It's got a 3.75 inch blade, overall length of just over 8 inches. The width of the blade, 0.125. And as you can see, it's got jimping on the back of the blade, on the back of the handle, on the front of the handle, and the handle is made out of Zytel. One of the striking things about the handle is the DigiGrip design. It's designed to simulate water drops, but digital water drops. Very aesthetic, just like the blade. Another remarkable feature about the handle is the groove in the handle. And that groove is so you can cut paracord or webbing with it. As you can see here, the blade is right there inside the groove. And when you lock it using this little notch, the blade does not come out of the handle, and that enables you to ideally cut paracord or webbing, but it doesn't work very good. It's almost more effective. Well, it is more effective to simply open up the blade. It's a spring-assisted opener, and there's no reason to not simply open up the blade. As you can see, the handle is not the only thing that is aesthetic. The blade itself has got like a dark blue, almost black color design over gray to simulate water camouflage. It reminds me of a tiger shark, especially with the scalloped blade. The top spine scalloping, which is unique to, well, pretty much SOG is the only one that does it. As you can see, it's half serrated, half not serrated. And the serrations are good for cutting heavy materials like plastics, wiring, thick wiring. This blade is very utilitarian. You can see it's got grooves in the handle, make for a better grip. And it quite doesn't have a finger guard, but it does have a ramp there for your pointer finger. And the jimping is not much to speak of, but better some jimping than no jimping. It does feel good in the hand. The oversized handle feels really well, especially if you're wearing gloves. If I put on a pair of motorcycle gloves, this handle is not at all big. It might be that this handle was made for gloves, to wear gloves. There's the jimping on the back right there. As you can see, it's not very grippy jimping, but again, it feels really good, especially with that scallop edge if you're going to choke up on the blade. It's really shiny blade because I just oiled it. It's raining here in LA, and I wanted to make sure that my blades were well oiled because of the humidity right now. It's got the locking mechanism to hold the blade open is called the arc actuator. And the pocket clip is pretty cool because it's way up on the top of the knife. And when you put that pocket clip on, you're not going to see any knife. Let me show you what I mean. There, look, all you see is pocket clip. And that's why I have a lanyard, because then the lanyard makes it easy to pull the knife from my pocket. And once I pull the knife from the pocket, I unlock the knife with my thumb, take an extra step forward, and flick my thumb forward, ejecting the knife blade So, using the spring assist system. I really like spring assist knives. They're very helpful for someone who's damaged my finger pretty good. As you can see right here, this line is a cut which required stitches. It was to the bone. So I have some nerve damage in my finger. I have nerve damage in my pinky. And the spring assisted openers are very beneficial for someone with impaired maneuverability as far as the hand goes. Okay. This knife retails MSRPs for $110, but I found it less than $100. I think I paid $80-$90, and even that you can find it cheaper online. I think Walmart sells it, but they charge a little more for the tiger stripe design. It's very sharp. I don't know if that little patch shows up on video, or if you can see the hair on the blade. Yeah, there you go. I think you can see it now. I sharpened it using that Spyderco Sharp Maker right there. It's a really great knife. I have no regrets. I love it. It's my favorite knife, aesthetically speaking, because of the handle, the decoration, and the wonderful coloring design on the blade. Sure, it could be used as a tactical blade, and it might even be marketed as such, but I think it's better as an EDC knife. I mean, if I was going to go tactical with the folder, I'd get like a Gerber, what is it, Fairbairn, Applegate Fairbairn combat folder. Got a 5-inch blade. You know, might as well go for something bigger for a tactical. But they say if you're well versed in knife play, bigger isn't always better necessarily. So I suppose this could make a good tactical folder. I think it's a great EDC knife. It's beautiful, practical, really light. I think it weighs in at about 3.2 ounces. This blade is really thin. It's not something I'd want to pry a lot with, but I have used it for prying some things, like gently prying plywood away from a 2x4 so that I can use for art projects. It's a great knife for cutting up food. Overall, I give it a modest 9 points out of 10. Thank you for watching. Oh, and in the background you can see my SRK and my Kobun Tanto. I'm working on sharpening up those right now too. Thanks for watching.